Okay, let's just get this out of the way. Silksong does not have a Path of Pain equivalent. Well, at least for now. And actually, that's okay. Now let's remember, Path of Pain came as a DLC for Hollow Knight. It wasn't there when Hollow Knight released, which leads me to think and believe that we will get a Path of Pain equivalent sometime in the future. But for now, we have this, the climb to the surface, which is challenging, but is nowhere near as close to being hard or deserving of being compared to Path of Pain, which is why it's most commonly referred to as Path of Minor Inconvenience. Which I find funny because that's exactly what it feels like. Some inconvenient task placed in your way, which initially feels hard, but as you go on, you actually see that this is just fine. And I actually think that is what Team Cherry intended in the first place. To give you a mini challenge that feels neither hard or easy, but somewhere in the middle, where even if you die, you don't feel angry but mildly annoyed as you go try again. And if that was the intended outcome, then I feel like they nailed it. Because if you notice while going up, you actually kinda repeat the same 2 or 3 moves over and over again before you get to the end, which is jumping off a ledge and using clawline, then clinging to a wall, then repeating the same thing again. Now you might feel like the climb to get Faye Downcloak atop Mountain Faye deserves the comparison to Path of Pain, but nah, even that isn't hard. It's only made challenging by the freezing mechanism. Now why didn't we get something as hard as Path of Pain given how hard most of the game is? Well, it probably has a lot to do with Hornet's abilities and moveset. Clawline and Drifter's Cloak kinda makes most of the platforming challenges in the game quite easy for a lack of a better word, or less punishing, so to say. And each platforming section has to be compatible with every crest in the game. So in the future, whatever DLC we get of a platforming challenge has to take all that into account and somehow make it hard while using those features. Which can be hard to do, but I'm sure Team Cherry will cook something up eventually. But yeah, for now we have nothing that comes close to what Path of Pain is.